we've got stop motion as one of the oldest crafts in cinema, fusing with some of the absolute latest cutting-edge production technology, and I think it's a lovely harmony. And so we do use every toy in the toy box, that's for sure. The time it takes for us to actually make it probably is about a 5-year process. It's a massive team effort to get a film like this.
In a good week, we might hit a minute of film.
Yeah.
And that's good going.
Good going.
That's sailing, that is cruising. Yeah. We hit the ground running in this film with, Wallace is an inventor, of course, but in this film, Wallace's inventions are really starting to get to Gromit, and they're starting to come between them in their relationship.
Yeah.
Oh, that's it, lad. My new Patomatic will oblige. And if you think that's progress, wait till you see the next thing I'm working on.
And there's just this idea that was, what if Wallace invented the smart gnome to help Gromit, and it's really because it just offered lots of potential for story and gags and drama and all the elements we're always after.
When we set out on Vengeance Most Fowl, one of the key things we talked about was trying to make it in quite a traditional way so that it reflected how we would have maybe made Wrong Trousers, because there's already that link in the story. But at Aardman, we've done a lot of films now since Wrong Trousers and tried lots of different techniques. And I feel like we've had an opportunity on Vengeance Most Fowl to choose the best pieces of all those other films and try and bring them together.
No matter how big it's got and how much more complicated things may be, we've really tried to maintain on this production that initial feeling we used to have on the Wrong Trousers. Unfortunately, I think we've done incredibly well in keeping that all together, as well as adding extra effects that we can do digitally. But keeping that spirit alive has always been a major point for me.
Cracking toast, Gromit.
Part and parcel of the process that we have in animation, though, we problem solve ahead by storyboarding. So once you have the script, the directors then take that and put it into an animatic, which is really detailed. It's effectively the film in sort of like a hand-drawn version.
We do a rough soundtrack with our scratch voices on it and scratch music, and just to get the feel for the shape of everything. We're effectively making the film before we start filming because we can't afford to do more takes,
That information gets locked down, and it's a template for the film. And all of the different teams that need to get involved to make the film can start looking at the animatic. And so the art department will start to know, oh, we need wide vistas, we need interior shots, we need certain props and elements to build this location. It's not in the film much, but I do love the interior of the submarine. It's a beautiful little set piece, and we're only there fleetingly, but the care and attention and detail is absolutely exquisite.
Stop motion sets have a whole load of different things we have to design in. So right from the beginning in mock-up stage, we've planned how this set is going to come apart so that we can get animators in there.
Well, I think Matt Perry and the art team, they're always thinking about efficient ways to do things. So here in this scene, we've got the Norbots who are all busy in the background working away in the sub. And then when we come to shoot it, we will start taking bits apart. We'll quite often shoot one side, then another, and then the ones at the back, and they'll all be put together in layers. But it does allow the animator just to focus a bit more on that key performance. So yes, the sort of modular way it's made is really helpful for us.
Then the puppets that go in it. Which characters is it? How many characters is it? So the puppet department need to know, oh my goodness, we need 15 Norbots for that shot.
Over the course of this film, I've probably made about 176 puppets. That's, obviously my team. We've got a lot more tools available to us, like 3D printing and better materials. I did work with Nick and Merlin to kind of You know, so maybe just slightly update them and tweak them a little bit because we were going to build them in a whole new way as well. One of the things that makes all the puppets work is these ball and socket joints. So this is what's inside our Norbot here, and the puppet needs to be able to be moved in a very controlled way so that every time you move it, it stays put to where you've left it, because it's our job to make the puppets very user-friendly so that it makes it smoother on the studio floor, makes it easier for the animators.
And all the characters, the heads and hands, the expressive bits are clay, or even if they're clothes, they're probably moulded from an original clay model, even if they're now made of silicon sometimes. But to keep that's also the heart and soul of Wallace and Gromit, that it remains authentic and
handcrafted,
handmade, handcrafted. Yeah.
Like Gromit, here he is in his biker's outfit. So we put in the fingerprints. So that would be the sculptor would do that, or sometimes it would be the mold maker as well might just put a few in, and then the animator would be then sculpting that on the set. So then they'd leave their fingerprints on it. There's such a tendency for some people to keep everything, try and smooth everything down and make it all perfect. And then we just have to say, no, keep it all thummy, as we say. Keep it thummy.
Oh.
And it makes it feel, I think, when you watch it, somehow it connects you with it. You know it's organic and it's real. Nick Park personally pushes one fingerprint into each puppet that's made before the film, and then the rest of the team work on top of that. That's not actually true. He does, Nick loves to get his hands on things, and so we have a few talking characters, and Wallace being the most famous of them. And his whole mouth set, in fact, was developed over years with Nick. And the mouth sets comprise of about sort of 12 to 16 different shapes, different phonetic shapes, but always the dialogue comes first, and that's the bit that then gets brought here, and we break it down into phonetic sounds. So the animators can then just listen through frame by frame and hear the specific shapes.